I don't get it.
Podcast. Hello, loyal, fabulous, beautiful listeners. Welcome to the 299th episode of the I Don't Get It podcast. I don't think we thought we'd be here.
I genuinely can't believe it. People are like,
It's wild.
People are like, are you still doing it? I'm like, I fucking can't believe it, but I am still doing it.
I love it. I fucking love it. I love you guys, and I love everyone listening right now.
Yeah.
And we are going to kick it off with a great I Don't Get It from Miss Ashley Iconetti Haven.
Can I also just say, like, I have an outlet to talk about the weirdest things. Like, sometimes I'm like, I'll just talk to my Insta story about, like, oh my God, I can't believe at, like, Dunkin' they don't put enough ice in. But, like, thank God I have this outlet to discuss those hard-hitting issues. You know, the real stuff in life.
I agree. I agree, Lauren.
Thank God we came up with the title for this podcast, Ashley, way back when.
That was all Naz, really.
I'm such a genius. Because you could talk about shit you don't get forever.
That's true. That's so true.
That is so true.
Thank God we don't have a podcast called Help, I Suck at Dating.
No. God, that'd be such a narrow peg to fit into.
The time on it.
I'm kidding.
Actually, let's start there. So Jared was recording his Help I Suck at Dating podcast, in which both of the hosts are in long-term serious committed relationships, one of which is marriage. The other is on the verge, on the cusp of engagement. Now, see...
Wait,
Kaylin,
is this public knowledge?
Yeah. Public knowledge. Like, Kaylin picked out a ring. Like, they know. Like, it's just like they plan to get married. Like, it's like the whole thing. They talk about it every day. They're just one of those couples that
Dean being officially off the market just makes me sad.
I know, it's just like a sickening thing.
It's crazy.
Sickening.
It's almost like I want them to get married for sure, and I love Kaylin and all that. But it is like, wow.
I just thought he was going to be Leo for sure.
Definitely.
We're just losing one off. You know, I almost feel like I should be the head of the single woman stock market and ring a bell whenever we lose a real good one and be like, the market is down today. What is married?
Like, what is it about Kaylin that, like, made him really, like, go for it? Because I just can't believe it.
What do you mean? I've met her. She seems fabulous.
She is quite fabulous.
I know. I've never met her, so I'm wondering.
Oh, I met her at Ben's wedding. So pretty. So kind.
Seriously, she's just pure sweetness, and
she's like Dean, hot and nice.
She's not fazed by him, though.
She's not
They're
fazed
like such
by him.
opposites. She's not fazed by it all. You know, and all his craziness. Like, she thinks it's, like, laughable to a certain extent, but, like, calls him out when he needs to be. You know, it's like the perfect medium. Anyway, so yeah, they're planning the engagement, basically. Like, I think the engagement itself, like, the moment he gets down on one knee will be a surprise, but, like, nothing about it is a surprise. Like, nobody's talked about their future more. And that's because Dean never intended on getting married, but she was like, I'm not going to be in a relationship if I don't get married. And then he ended up, you know, going to her side. So listen to the podcast today, you know, overhearing. And Dean bought her gorgeous, gorgeous ring, which they already had fights over, arguments.
Wait, what do you?
Because he was like, why do you need a ring? You know, classic Dean. A ring is like materialistic. Like, do you really need something like gaudy to show my love for you, your love for me, la la la.
I don't blame Dean. I mean, are we shocked that a man that lives in a van?
No, not shocked at all.
I'm like,
no, least shocking thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But then he ended up again caving and getting her the exact ring that she wanted. Well, this guy may be the dumbest in the world. I love Dean because, like, he is not dumb at all, and yet he does some really dumb things. He put the ring in a napkin.
Shut the fuck up.
And then he put it in the junk drawer in the kitchen. And now it's gone. Now it's missing.
No fucking way.
You guys, he spent tens of thousands on it. Tens.
Is there insurance?
I don't think that insurance covers you just losing it like that.
I think it does.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? iPhone falls in the water, you get a new one. Isn't it the same for rings?
iPhone falling into the water, you don't get a new one. You have to pay.
You do if you have insurance.
You have insurance on your iPhone? On your iPhone?
What do you mean?
Mom had insurance on that bracelet.
Does not the whole world not have insurance on their iPhone?
I have Apple Care, but I'm pretty sure that's not covered by Apple Care.
Okay, this is not a phone, guys. This is jewelry.
Wait, but you would think if it my like logic is if they do it for phones, why wouldn't that exist for rings?
Yeah.
Well, you have ring insurance. You have jewelry insurance for sure. But I just don't know whether they're just like losing it. Replaces
it's
it.
out.
Wait,
it's
so
out.
what
You guys, insurance is for damage, not for just stupidity.
No, it's for everything.
No, what do you mean it's for losing things?
Well, are we going to look it up now? Are we going to look it
Hunter.
up?
Hey,
It's
babe.
our first. It's your first.
He knows all about insurance.
Okay. So this
And
is
rings.
our first question to Google or Hunter
babe.
for the day. We should have another sound that's like Google time.
we should. I feel like we're like calling upon the Allstate guy. Is Allstate insurance?
Yeah.
Allstate's insurance, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Hunter's going to come on and be like, "Yep, that's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?"
Okay, so if I were to say you got my ring, you got insurance, and then you lost it, just lost it. Does insurance cover that?
I think so. Yeah,
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so.
It doesn't need to be stolen or damaged. You can just like lose it and get insurance.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could say like I was proposing to you on a boat and it fell in the water. I have 5 witnesses that said so.
How do you prove that?
I don't think I could just show up to them and be like, "Hey, I lost it. Can you give me 15?"
Exactly. You got to prove it.
Oh, I guess this is so true, Ashley. So if it got lost in the junk drawer,
Yeah, and I don't think they obviously give you the full amount either.
They wouldn't give the full amount. You got to prove it.
So how do
Okay.
you prove it? How do you prove? But how do you prove? How do you get in fight?
Yeah, because I have insurance on your ring.
Yeah, I know. You're on the podcast right now, but I was just asking because our friend lost the ring, and now he's like, "Fuck, no." Okay, bye.
okay. So according to Allstate and Hunter,
And Google, here's your answer from like the Google, like the number one thing that pops up on Google. Well, your jewelry is lost, stolen, or even damaged. You will have peace of mind that your jewelry is protected. Not only does jewelry insurance cover your items under any unfortunate circumstance, but it does so worldwide. Lost your ring in the sands of a tropical island? You're covered. But let's be honest, guys. This is a mute conversation because if he's the kind of man who puts a ring in a napkin in a junk drawer, you think that he has insurance on it?
Someone like, "Oh, it's trash. I'm just throwing this out of the junk drawer. Why is a gross napkin in here?"
Yeah, but why would he get jewelry insurance? That's not the kind of responsible human that gets insurance.
I feel like when you buy it, they should probably be like, make it mandatory. I don't know.
yeah, I feel like it has to be built in.
Okay, well, I hope so.
That is
believe
so dumb.
That sucks. I feel horrible for both of them. That's horrible.
Okay. So if you're like me and you've had a history of blemishes, irritation, breakouts, like I've had it all. My skin is really sensitive and sometimes like I'll get a rash that just pops up and I have no idea why. Or you could be like Naz, who gets the microscopic dot on her face and she freaks out and she feels like she has eczema, but she doesn't have eczema.
Eczema.
Am I actually saying it wrong again for the zillionth time?
Actually, I can't believe
Eczema.
you out of all people can't say
Why?
it.
Because I'm a dermatologist?
Eczema.
You're saying it. It's EC, not EGG.
Okay, whatever, guys.
Eczema.
That's what it is. And you guys know that, that it sucks. That's what you know. You know that it sucks. But we have something that can help you guys. It's gentle, effective. It's called Gladskin. And you can stop just using a zillion products trying to find something for like long-term relief. Or you can just go and get some Gladskin right now and stop wasting that money. So we love that it helps with the itchiness, irritation, discomfort in skin. It uses a micro balance. It's a revolutionary protein that restores the balance of the good and bad bacteria. Because the bad bacteria, you don't want that there. But like, you need some good bacteria. You need some bacteria going on, and it lives on your skin, and it restores that balance so you can finally heal. It's so effective that 91% of users, adults and children, who tried their top-selling eczema cream, reported significant improvement after just 7 days.
I mean, Ashley, I feel like you covered it all. If you guys are not convinced to try Glad Skin with Microbalance, the steroid-free, amazing products without harsh ingredients that is clinically proven to reduce eczema symptoms, and I don't know what else to say. So if you've been frustrated with your treatment options, don't wait to try Glad Skin. They are offering our listeners 15% off plus free shipping on your first order at gladskin.com/getit. That's gladskin.com/getit for 15% off plus you get free shipping. gladskin.com/getit. Okay, so that sucks for Dean. We hope that gets recovered and found. But Ashley, I am dying to know what your I don't get it is.
Oh, see, it's not a dying I don't get it. I was just going to complain about my life.
Oh, great.
It's really not an interesting one.
Wait, I don't get it, so.
Oh, you having fun? I don't get it?
I have like random I don't get it.
Yeah, let's do it then.
Okay, this is so random. Do you guys know the perfume, the Dior perfume, J'adore?
Yeah,
right?
Of course. The one that
Adore
Charlize
Adore
does.
Dior.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and we all know who the face of it is, right? Which is
Charlize.
Right. And I think any millennial would know this because she has literally looked the same and these ads have literally been the same since the day we were born. And I don't know one person who wears J'adore and I don't even know what J'adore smells like. And yet J'adore is everywhere. Magazines, huge billboards, at the mall. And I'm like, I don't get who's wearing J'adore, and I don't get why I've never smelled it.
Well, I don't really get perfumes in general. Like, I would never, like, I don't know any smells, like, at all. And I don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
people now are doing, like, clothing, like outfits of the day or get ready with me. And then, like, and for my perfume today, I'm wearing this. I'm like, why the fuck do I care what you're wearing? I can't smell it, and I don't care.
Wait, are you guys not perfume girls?
I don't have any perfume. I don't own one perfume.
I only put it on when we were about to go to dinner.
But growing up, did you guys wear perfume?
Yeah, I wore it in high school constantly, every day.
What perfume did you wear in high school?
The J-Lo Glow, Jessica Simpson's, whatever that was, and then Britney's Curious, and then the other one, the purple bottle.
And then Hillary Duff's, and then Paris Hilton's, and then...
and yeah, only celebrity scents.
All together on top of each other. Lauren, did you wear perfume in high school?
I only wore Betsey Johnson.
Yeah.
Only Betsey Johnson.
Oh my gosh, Lawrence Betsey Johnson will give us the willies now.
Headaches.
No. Oh yes, one, headaches for sure, but definitely just like the heebie-jeebies because of like just the phase that we were in at the time.
Like, I wouldn't wear it every day. I'd only wear it when I was like on a nerve-wracking boy situation. So
Honestly, that's such a throwback. Andrea, our producer, we must name this episode Betsey Johnson perfume.
it was so good. My mom still wears it to this day.
Wait, what?
Yes.
did you not have the J-Lo Glow perfume? Because that's probably my signature scent of high school. It was probably my first real perfume bottle ever. And it smells to me like Juicy velour sweatshirts, or actually more like the J-Lo velour sweatsuits, because she used to have her own line. So I was like, this is during like the original Bennifer 20 years ago. And I would do the velour and the J-Lo Glow and just be like, yeah, I'm Jenny.
That's so funny. I would wear the actual Juicy perfume because I thought it was like so pretty. It came in like such a square crystal, but the top was so like crystallized. And so that's what I wore in high school. And then in college, I wore this perfume called Pink Sugar. And I literally smelled like a baby prostitute.
Yeah.
It was literally vanilla. It was like a vanilla cupcake, and men died for it in college.
So, yeah.
Like, guys at the bar would be like, what is that smell? And I was just smelling like vanilla. It was so funny.
I love it. I don't have a sophisticated scent. Like, I don't have a sophisticated scent in perfumes. I don't think, because I like the vanilla.
That you guys don't wear stuff now. I have a scent every year. I change my scent. I wear Le Labo Noir or the new Te Matcha by Le Labo.
See, in order to wear perfume to me, I need to have my hair done, my makeup done, an outfit, deodorant, be freshly be freshly out of the shower, and all of this, so that it's like a vibe. If I'm just like lounging around the house and not put together, then like I feel like I'm wasting it.
That's so funny. I wear it even just for me. Like when I get out of the shower, I put it on.
Oh, that's good. That's great for you.
And you know what's even weirder? I think I've had mentioned this as an I don't get it before, but what's even weirder is we don't smell perfume on ourselves. But I think we've already talked about that. How I think that's so weird.
That is weird. And I think we have talked about that. But I have to go back to the fact that boys liked you smelling like a, quote, baby prostitute. Because my husband, who says admittedly that if he didn't really meet me, he probably would marry like some slutty looking girl from Rhode Island, because he just loves that, like, he loves a trashy look. Like Jared loves the big ring of black eyeliner, which is what he grew up seeing when all the women
so
around
Jersey.
him.
I know.
Yeah,
Miami.
I think it's like a whole like area. I don't know.
Like square nails only.
Yeah. And he loves when I just wear a Victoria's Secret brand, like a body. What are they called? Body sprays, body splashes,
Like a body
spray.
Body
yeah,
spray, yeah.
He loves like a Victoria's Secret brand one. He's like, "What are you wearing? That's my favorite smell of all time."
That's
Oh,
so funny.
okay. So slutty shit.
Like Sweet Pea from Victoria's Secret.
Every morning I do actually put a spray of Hunter's cologne on because I don't want to smell like BO. But that's it. That's the only reason.
So you want to smell like a dude?
I don't care as long as I don't smell like vagina or BO.
Well, then why don't you just get a girl's smell?
Because he has it readily available.
That's so funny. Well, then you can have one of my very many scents that sits in a drawer.
Anyway, Naz, you're next. I don't get it. Adore,
Okay.
adore Dior.
J'adore.
But we should totally go smell it next time we're at a mall. Naz, what was the last time you were at a mall?
Literally I was at the Nordstrom in New York.
That's not a mall. That is a department store.
Oh yeah, you're right. When was the last time I was at a mall? Oh, I went to the mall.
So I guess the Grove and the Americana count. So Century City and stuff like that.
Yeah, I went to the Americana.
Yeah.
I went because I got my friend's parents the city guide from Louis Vuitton to Sydney. Did you know that Louis Vuitton sells city guides?
That sounds way too expensive for a city guide.
No, they're $40 and they're so well made. And when my friend and I went to Mexico City, she had one, and it's like the most amazing thing to read on the plane. Anyways,
It's a city guide.
That's cute.
it's like it's like where to go, like where to
book.
eat, what to do,
okay.
what the customs are. Do you tip? Like they're so, and you could download an app. Anyways, Louis Vuitton's not paying me for this, so I should shut the fuck up. I had another. It's not an I don't get it, but we need to talk about the fact that we were all in New York together. We didn't even really know, which I thought was cool. But I wrote down the smell of Panda Express because I got off the subway and I smelled it a mile away.
Really?
And the smell of
And
Panda
it was
Express,
a Panda Express?
It was a Panda Express. It's so potent and amazing. I just wanted to share that.
It's like the
Just
smell
like
of
a
Subway, though.
Ashley, we are the fucking same person.
It is like
I
a
know
Subway.
that we've talked about this
Subway.
before, but is the smell of Subway good or is it bad?
It's good, but
I
the
don't-
food is disgusting.
What? I don't think the Subway smells. I don't think it's It's neither. It doesn't it gross me out.
Naz, I'm talking about Subway sandwiches. Subway sandwiches? Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the smell.
You do not think it's good?
I don't think it's gross or good.
Okay. It's just distinctive. To me, it smells like good, but then it reminds me that I probably could get food poisoning from it because I've had food poisoning from Subway.
Mm-hmm.
And now when I go to Subway, which I do, but I'll get veggie.
There was a girl who found poop in her, you know how they wrap it in two
Yeah.
papers? They wrap one and they wrap two. There was feces in between
shut
the
the
two
fuck
papers.
up.
What? What poop? Like from when?
Yeah, she started eating it in the
Lauren-
parking lot, and she's like, "Ooh, it smells bad in this parking lot. It's probably
Lauren-
the sewage." And then she went home to eat it, and the sewage smell was still there. And then she found it, and then she's like suing them.
Wait, was it because some woman wiped her butt with nails and the poop was in the nails?
Holy Mother of God!
I don't know. Could be that.
Oh my God! I
I'm
wouldn't
trying to
even
think
figured
how
how
else
it could
is it-
get there, and you just came up with it.
What do you mean? How else would feces end up in a sandwich?
I don't know. I was thinking like a chicken poop, like it was turkey poop or something.
The fuck? How the turkey's dead? What the
I don't
fuck?
know. Are you sure it wasn't dirt from lettuce or something?
It was
Anyways,
poop. It was
we all
poop.
know Subway has like been so canceled from so long ago. They found yoga mat material in the bread years ago, and that's when I never looked back. Okay, well,
Speaking of New York, right? So speaking of us being in New York, one of my I don't get it when I was in New York was, why does everyone have to pretend to like know where they're going in New York? Like, if you don't know, just say you don't know. Don't pretend like you're a fucking native. Like, we were on a bus going from we're going to a wedding.
wait, you guys took the bus in New York?
No. It was on like a shuttle from the reception.
The shuttle for the wedding.
Yeah, for the wedding.
Can we explain to people? So I was in New York visiting friends, and then Ashley and Lauren went to New York same weekend for a wedding, and I got to meet Dawson, which was fucking magical. But anyways, okay, so Lauren's complaining about people who act like they know where they're going.
Yeah, there was a girl behind us, and we're like going from the hotel to the ceremony. And then some guy said, "Are we in Soho?" We were very clearly in Soho. And the girl goes, "No, we're not." And I was like, and then she goes, "Oh, are we?" And then she's like, "I think maybe." I'm like, "Why did you distinctly say no? Just say you don't know. You sound dumber saying no definitely, than just like admitting you don't know where you are. No, you're trying to be cool and pretend like you know where you are, but it's like very embarrassing." And I was
It's annoying when people do that with anything.
With anything. Genuine with anything. Yeah.
I think I am.
But I
this
might be
person,
too. That's
I am.
Jared
that
hates
person.
this about me because I'll say, yeah, we discussed this recently. I'll be like, I think it's in that suitcase, and then he'll be like, "Are you sure?" And I'll be like,
No.
Yeah, I think so. He's like, "Do you know or do you not know?" I'm like, "Fine, I'll just say I don't know everything."
Yeah. Okay,
That's
well,
funny.
I think it's just when people are trying to be cool about it is the annoying thing.
I think I do this.
Yeah.
I can't think of a scenario, but I think I am one of those people that like I will stick fiercely to what I just said and then immediately second guess it and be like, "No, I think one time happened."
I will always remember,
For the sake of not being wrong or stupid.
Like,
but then,
when you're like,
then I'll
"Oh, dude."
cave. Then I'll cave.
good. Caving's good.
Yeah.
But like when someone says, like, "Oh, have you heard this band?" And you're like, "Oh, yeah. It's like, "Oh, it's your first time." I'm like, I don't know them actually at all.
That's me. I do that all the time. I'll be, because I work in movies. So people are like, "Have you seen this movie?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then unless this is how you get someone to cave.
Yeah.
Because most people just move on, and then
What's your favorite part?
that's why people like us get away with it. You have to be like, "Did you really?" And then that's the moment where the person then tells the truth.
Okay, that's good. That's
and you're
good.
like, "No, I didn't."
Now, guys, if it wasn't for you sounding cultured for like knowing the music or the movie, or being in New York, like a big time city, would you be so definitive and try to even say things like that? Because like, there's no way you're in the middle of Rhode Island and you're like, "I'm convinced." Yeah. We're in this town. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. You'd honestly just be like, "I don't know."
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. It's trying to like sound cool and knowledgeable.
I think Ashley made it more specific. It's like to appear uncultured.
to appear uncultured
is shameful.
Totally.
I don't think
would just
uncultured
want
is
to
a
talk
word, but
about a childhood trauma that I had. I think I was in third grade, and my friend goes like, "Oh, did you see 101 Dalmatians?" Let's just say it was that. And I said, "I did. I saw it this weekend."
Oh,
and
Lauren,
then she
holy
goes,
shit. You were lying. How cute that you said it so definitively.
I lied. And then she said, "Did you like that part where the grandpa ran into the car?" And I was like, "That was amazing. I loved it."
No.
She goes, "That didn't happen. That never happened." And I must have been redder than a fucking apple. Like, I was so
What kind of
embarrassed.
girl did
and
that?
she didn't let me live it down.
What?
a girl who's done with uncultured liars.
Swine.
How old
Yes.
were you?
I said I was in third grade.
Wow, that girl was.
Yeah.
She was on the hunt for. She was on the
got
hunt for
me.
people like you. Now listen.
No, okay, so I never lied again. I genuinely I don't think I lied about
Oh,
seeing
really?
anything I
You
haven't
never
seen.
lied again? Ah, ha, ha.
There you go. So she taught you a lesson.
Okay, I never lied. I was so obviously about like, "Oh, I've seen that and I have not seen that."
Wait, Ashley, why was that laugh so evil? Did something recently happen between you and Lauren?
Because I have lied many a time
Because
since.
we all know Lauren has lied so many times. All of the times.
Yeah, I lie all the time.
She's the biggest liar
what do you think
ever.
the Ellen Lauren stands for?
That's so funny. Okay, now listen. The one movie thing that I was traumatized by is Timely, just because it's around the time of year. That means that's what Timely means, around the time of year. I remember being in kindergarten and not being able to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, and everybody was talking about it at school, and I was like, my mom won't let me.
Yeah, that's annoying. It's the worst.
Well, that's very good of you to be honest.
I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, that's great.
You didn't pretend. That was too scary.
Yeah, it would have been scary. It would have been so scary for kindergarten.
No, not for me.
Really?
But I love that you didn't lie, because I'm someone who would to fit in.
Yeah.
Around the kindergarten.
It's true.
Around the kindergarten
Crowd.
table, the round table.
Ashley's always known who she was at the core.
Okay.
It's very admirable. Okay, wait, I have more things. Do you guys... I don't get how certain people remember everyone they went on a date with. Because I was at a party a couple months ago, and I saw this guy... First of all, I was at a party that was celebrating the launch of a dating app that was by a guy that I actually dated for 2 or 3 dates. So he had invited me, his girlfriend now, whatever, we're friends. But then I saw this other guy at the party. This is in LA. And I was like, that guy looks so familiar. I'm like, why does he look so familiar to me? And then he came closer to me and I was like, you look so familiar. And he was like, we went on a date. Oh. And I immediately, my heart dropped, because on one hand, I think it's so crazy that I would spend a whole day with a human being on planet Earth and not even remember anything about them, let alone their name. But I actually realized that I wouldn't remember a lot of guys that I've been on dates with. And I don't know, is that normal or is that bad?
No, now that I backtrack to my early 20s, I probably could pass many guys I went on one date with and not recognize them.
Don't you think that's fascinating? That
is fascinating for
whole
sure.
24 hours with someone.
Well, not 24 hours. A dinner, a meal, even just a meal and a drink. It's crazy that you could forget. Yeah,
exactly. A dinner, a memory, a restaurant, and not remember their name or what they look like, or even them in general. Am I part of the norm, or is that weird?
I think that's normal. Yeah, there's so many people that I would see. I'm like, I know you, but I don't know from where. And it's like, oh, we had sex now.
I was on Harry Josie's podcast yesterday, from Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
And he told us all the stories of him never remembering girls he slept with.
But I was sober.
Yeah, I know.
Sober and he's probably had sex with,
I think I wanted to ask, but I feel like it's got to be over 500.
Lauren, okay, that I don't know if I don't get.
Well, I don't want to slander him, but I don't know how many he slept with.
If I had sex with someone, I think I would definitely remember who they were.
Lauren definitely doesn't remember.
Lauren, are there people you've had sex with that you wouldn't remember?
There was someone the other night as I was falling asleep and they creeped into my mind and I was like, oh my God, I actually did do that.
Wow.
I don't remember how they got in there, but I wouldn't remember them. I don't know their name. Don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. So it definitely happened.
Wow. I stand corrected.
Right now I can't even think about who it was. But it was like, ew, why did you do that? Ew, why? So many bad decisions. And that's why I sleep with the TV on, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, it is time for Rothies. Guys, fall cannot happen without Rothies.
I agree, you guys.
Rothies, I'm on the site right now, and they have moccasins that look like the most comfortable shoe of all time.
Wait, I need to look.
No, we're all going to go to the Rothies website.
Moccasins and slippers are really in this season, and we love that because it's comfortable, and you guys can get them at Rothies.
Yeah, they're not just flats, guys. Lauren has sneakers from them. They even have boots now, so they're up in the fall ante even more. They have a new sneaker out. And they have styles for men and women. So they've just been expanding so much as we've continued with this podcast. We've been talking about them for years, and they're just bigger and better all the time.
They grow up.
They did. They growed up. They growed up.
So crazy.
Oh, wow. Look at these nice men's stuff. Nice men.
They really do. But I just want to harp on the sneakers because I feel like every person should have a pair of white sneakers in their closet. That is basically the new uniform. It's comfortable. It's style conscious. And we all know sneakers are just a closet essential. I will say the three of us were in New York together, which we have talked about on this podcast. And I mean, in New York, you can't have as much fun with shoes as you can in LA. Sorry, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But everyone in LA wears really, really dope sneakers. And so Rothy's is your go-to for fall. They have 2 new classic styles, sustainably made with recycled single-use plastic bottles. And whether you like a luxe slip-on or a lace-back or a laid-back lace-up, you'll feel extraordinary comfort with each step, and you know that they are just built to last.
If you are one of those New Yorkers who has to walk around, they are comfortable and durable and washable. So if
I was going to say washable.
Yeah, if you have dirty New York feet, then you just throw them in the washer and you're good to go. Also, I feel like those like boss ladies who go to work with like heels and you can slip into your Rothy's when you walk home is a great idea because they're really small and compact. Anyway.
Wait, I got one more tidbit. Rothy's original slip-on sneaker has won the best slip-on sneaker from Self Magazine's 2022 Sneaker Awards. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So get stylish shoes, versatile and durable enough to wear all the time with Rothy's. Get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/getit. That is ROTHYS.com/getit.
Okay, the last thing that I wrote down was that I think this could spark a lot of debate here because we got a mom and a non-mom on here. So I was sitting on my plane back to LA next to what seemed like I was in the aisle seat. There was like a bigger athlete in the middle. He was a father. And then there was an older divorcee woman at the window.
How did you know the bios on these people?
Well, I'm just telling you from like what I've heard from their conversation and like, okay. So it was one of those things where the last hour, the last leg of the flight, they just sparked up combo, like nonstop talking, like totally connected, which I think is beautiful and awesome.
Did you like pause what you were listening to?
It was annoying because one of my AirPods was working, so I was watching a show, but I couldn't, and it was only my left one, so my right one wasn't working. So I was like, I was a little bit irritated because I was like, oh, I can't listen to my show. So I had to like basically listen to what they were talking about. So they were talking about like how their kids, like, I guess she was a mother of boys and she was kind of discussing like how she didn't let her kids date in high school. And they were talking about how boys are easier than girls, way easier, way less expensive, blah, blah. And then he was sharing a story with her about how his brother was like at a high school on scholarship or so. I think it was high school or college. But he was going to miss a big game to go visit like this girl he was dating. And the dad called him to call his brother to basically be like, don't do that or whatever. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, I like became enraged and like joined the conversation.
Wait, can you repeat that line since it might be critical?
What, the last thing I just said?
Yeah, about the call and the girlfriend and the boyfriend?
Yeah, so the guy in the middle seat had a brother who was also an athlete. Okay. And from my understanding, this is like, you guys know I'm never good with stuff, so just take it with a grain of salt. From my understanding, the brother had like a big basketball game that he was going to miss because he has a girlfriend that lives somewhere else, and she was like, I want you to like come visit me or something. And he really wanted to go, but the dad called this guy in the middle seat to be like, call your brother and convince him not to go. And so he was like, I called my brother and I told him like he was an idiot or whatever. These are my words, not his. He said something to this effect. And I became so enraged because I don't know. I think just all the work I've been doing, and as like a single woman and someone who like just like looks at men, I'm like, no wonder men have so much spirit and emotion kicked out of them. Like, here is this mom being like, you guys can't date, focus on school, like in high school. And this guy lovingly wanted to like romantically visit this woman. And he's like, no, school's more important. Like, the game's more important. You're not going to end up with this girl. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, no fucking wonder we're dealing with everything we're dealing with. Like, romance and love should not be like victimized and like villainized. And I don't know. I was so against their parenting.
I see both sides. I see both sides.
Annoyed. I obviously am not a mother. I'm not raising a kid. I'm just saying, in that moment, I like joined the conversation, and I basically was like, "Oh my God, like I love love, like that's so." And he was but my brother needed to learn his lesson. Like, he's gonna be the guy like buying a bunch. I don't know what he said, like Skittles for someone when he's like 25. I go, yeah, because you're not letting him learn that lesson now. Like,
what do you mean buying Skittles?
I don't know. It was so weird. It was almost like they were trying. What I'm trying to say is, it's for me, it was like they were almost trying to prevent heartbreak for their children. When I'm like, no, that is a part of life. That is a rite of passage. And for someone who also, my parents like didn't really, you know, they were like, don't date boys and whatever. And now they're like, why are you single? I'm like, oh, well, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't want me around that sex.
You definitely you definitely need to date in high school. I think that is a huge learning opportunity, time to fuck up. But with the athlete, if he's like a good player and he needs a scholarship, then I would be a parent who would say the exact same thing.
Yeah,
and he can
totally
go visit the girl on another time. But like, yeah, I definitely think you have to let your kids date, even though
it makes sense.
Weird.
It just sparked a larger conversation within me that was like, should parents have the right to tell kids at that age in high school, like, what they should do when it comes to romance and body?
So it was
and
high
sex
school.
and stuff.
It was not a college game.
It was definitely. I can't remember if the basketball was college, but I do remember the woman saying she didn't let her boys date in high school. I do remember that. And I was like, that's kind of
They're going to go
weird.
absolutely crazy in college then, so you might as well have them go a little bit crazy in high school.
I just think this emphasis on like studying and getting into college and getting the scholarship, it's like, well, what about love and like humans and adolescents?
They should definitely be allowed to date in high school. Maybe like you could say like junior year or 16 or whatever. That's fine, appropriate. But I also don't think that. I also think that he needs to stay loyal to the team for sake of like commitment reasons. Like, if you commit to this team sport, you have to be there. Yeah. If it were another age and if it was like an intramural thing, it would be a little different.
Yeah. But in general, like, are you going to let your kids date in high school?
Yeah, I just said, like, I think like 16 is probably a good age.
Even if you'd say like 16, there's like, I don't even say like put an age on it. Like, just whenever they start feeling something, like, wanting to do something, then totally make it accessible without like making it like, you know, like they're alone or something. You know? Like, okay, yeah, we'll bring her to the movies or something. Make sure like.
You know what I want to do? Like, I never even thought of it until now. But I think it would be good to be like, you have to like take her out. Like, you have to like, if you want to take a girl, if you want to like hang out with a girl, you like need to take her to dinner. You need to take her to an activity, take her to a movie, you take her somewhere. Like, you do something. You do something with her. You don't just ask her to come over and hang out.
Yeah.
At the beginning. Like, at the beginning. Also, you know, of course, like if it's your girlfriend, that's like something. But like if you're gonna like, if you want to date someone, you gotta date someone. And that's like, that way they can like actually connect instead of being like, yo, watch TV, we're like on our phones and it's just, you know, like awkward and I don't know what to do except for like, I don't know what to do, you know.
Oh my God, Dawson's gonna be like, do you want to like come over and like play video games?
No, he's not allowed to do that. He has to be the charming, like romantic lead character that he's poised to be.
Dawson's gonna be so, I mean, look at his parents. He's going to be such a gentleman.
Exactly. There's no way he's going to be like, you want to like come over and hang.
Jared would never allow it.
Would you want to come over?
I don't know. You know how kids come out completely opposite sometimes?
I guess so. I
don't think Jared would let that fly.
He's going to be what he's going to be. I don't think he would either.
Based on his legs right now, I was just about to say I would love to see him in skinny jeans and being an emo kid, but like, oh my God, those chunkers are not fitting in skinny jeans.
With his hair like swooped over his forehead with like a hood on. With his eyes just peeking out, his blue eyes.
Yeah. He's so cute. Guys, when I met Dawson, he's so it's so crazy. He's your child. He's just so blonde hair, blue eyes. You walk around with him anywhere and people just stare at him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When he's with Lauren or like when he was with Cassie last week, I was like, everybody's going to think that's his mom, but I get the credit for this. Ugh.
Yeah, like that must annoy you when people mistake who his mom is.
He's gotten the
Cassie
girl
looks like
thing
a
a couple times, guys. It's super weird.
Well, I think people don't want to assume these days.
Well, no, but they'll say she's so cute. Instead of saying your
know.
baby.
Assuming.
That's
oh
assuming.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's a baby.
Sorry.
Anyway, I don't care. Whatever. It's like, yeah, I know he's beautiful like a girl. So that was my I don't get it, guys. It's like, how does my kid so beautiful?
That
Yeah,
is your
that's
I
a
don't
good
get
one.
it.
That was my I
He's
don't get
so-
it.
I just look at his pictures all day long.
And then you guys,
so
when
cute.
he was sitting down here at the beginning of the podcast, I gave him this powder puff. It's very soft, and
We
then
have to explain what that is.
it's a
to
powder
people
puff.
listening.
A powder puff.
Is that what
Put
it's
your
called?
powder on it.
Yeah, well, this is like also an eye makeup remover pad, like a soft
Okay.
reusable one. Anyway, I handed it over to him, and with his little hand, he so gently went like this,
Oh,
and
he
it
grabbed
was
it.
it so
it.
sweet. He just collapsed my fingers, and I hold that a new texture for me to feel. It was so cute. Now my other thing is that like I just don't know how I'm ever going to get anything done again. I don't think I'm going to get anything done in my life again. That's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like as a mom, that's a very accurate. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's it.
Superwoman,
Superwoman.
you'll get it done.
just,
Just one day
like-
at a
It's
time.
like, why? I just want to watch TV and eat something, you guys. What are you guys having for dinner? Let's talk about that. Because I love knowing what people are eating for dinner. Or actually every meal. I'm just truly curious.
Every meal. I'm like, hi, how you doing? What are you eating? What are you eating for dinner? What are you eating
That's
for lunch?
so.
I
funny.
ask Maddie. I'll be like, hey, she's coming over. Like, she's coming from Audrey's from work. She like
Yeah.
brings a sandwich over. I'm like, so what sandwich you going to bring over? Like, why am I so darn curious?
I ask every client that. I'm like, what's for dinner? Every client wants for dinner.
so
What's
funny.
for dinner?
We're such food centric people. Today was one of those like, you know, when you have the bag of shredded cheese in that little drawer in your fridge. Yeah. Today was one of those days where I just opened that a bunch and stuffed a shit ton in my bag.
Really? See, I don't do that, but it sounds fine.
It was one of those days where I was like, I just want cheese.
Oh, I had cheese. I had Godiva that was spiked with bacon today.
Wait, Godiva,
It's
the
a
chocolate?
not Godiva, Gouda. Oh,
You,
I'm
yeah,
like,
you said
what?
Godiva.
yeah, I did. I said Godiva. Godiva stuffed with bacon.
Godiva.
No, actually, I'm
Godiva.
totally wrong in what I had. I had cheddar, and it was chipotle cheddar with bacon bits in there, and it was so good.
Whoa, that sounds scrumptious.
Yeah, but what are you guys having for dinner?
I had Jimmy John's before
Oh
that.
Eggs.
God, Lauren, Jimmy John sounds
yeah.
unbelievable. What kind of sandwich did you have?
It was just turkey, bacon, lettuce,
The John.
tomato.
Wait, what's that one called? There's a name
Like
for
the
that.
standard, basically, the original.
I think it's just the original.
No, they have names at Jimmy John's.
I think it's called the original.
Yeah, it's the original.
No, they have names. Didn't they have names?
Lauren, was it smothered in mayo?
I got spicy ranch. It was delicious.
so good.
That's gross.
And then a side whole pickle.
Delightful.
Oh, that pickle.
I wish I had.
it's really
I gotta
good.
look up and see if you have any sandwich delivery places. Subs has been my craving of the week.
I had such a good Jersey Mike sub at the Newark airport before I got on my plane, and it's just a perfect plain food.
I was going to say that. It's also a perfect, like, mid-lunch, mid-breakfast thing because it's not too...
The Turkey Tom, you dumbass.
Turkey time. That's right.
I knew there was a guy.
Is that what
I
it
am
is?
a
Yes, that's what it
motherfucking
is.
fast food fucking sore.
The turkey
I knew there
Tom.
was a name for it. Yes, there's a Turkey Tom, the Vito, the Big John, and the Pepe. The Pepe.
Let's see if that was actually...
What about the tuna? What's the tuna called?
Tuna's just called. It's underwhelmingly. It's named the totally tuna.
Okay.
I knew that. I used to live off them in
They
grad
should have
school.
called it like Tuna Thomas or Thomas the Tuna or something.
Thomas the tuna.
And
That
then
would've
there's the
been cute.
JJBLT.
Why? Oh, Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah. Oh, I could go for a BLT. I love sandwiches.
I love sandwiches. I love sandwiches.
I love BLTs either. And it.
Remember when wraps were like the thing in the 2000s? Everyone's like, let's get a wrap and a smoothie. Wraps and smoothies.
Oh, we didn't talk about the snack rack coming back. Snack wraps.
Right,
Snack
didn't it?
wrap.
I came back so
You guys-
long ago.
No, you texted it to us or something like that. We didn't talk about it.
Oh. Well, adult Happy Meals are back. It's on my Instagram. And I just got sent the Halloween pails from McDonald's, which you can now get.
Is that an adult
It is.
one?
It's
that
just
for
a
adults?
Happy Meal that anyone can get. And instead of the toy, you get the Halloween pail that your kids can go trick-or-treating with. And I just love McDonald's. And look, they sent me the shirt
You
that
get
matches.
the Halloween
Look.
pail.
They sent me the ghost shirt that matches.
Oh, that's all. Do you get to pick which one
No,
you
they
get?
sent me all three. And they sent me all three shirts, too. Oh, you
my
mean when
gosh,
you go to
okay.
McDonald's, Lauren?
Yeah, when you go to
That's a good
McDonald's.
question. I'm sure you could like befriend the drive-through employee.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Nostalgia at its
Okay.
finest. Thank you, Mickey D.
I heard that these adult Happy Meals are like really sought after, and they're going for lots of money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have all the figurines.
Do you know more? Like, do you know more, Miss Entertainment Reporter?
No, someone sent me yesterday that someone was selling them on eBay, and I'm like, damn, should I sell mine? But I can't. McDonald's sent it to me. I feel like I need to hold on to it for years.
Yeah.
Guys, it's fake news. The snack wraps. The truth
That was
behind
a while
TikTok's
ago, Ash.
snack wrap rumors. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we already discussed this.
I have a question. If they got so much hype on TikTok, why don't they actually just bring it back?
I know they really should.
I think they did in
That's
select.
silliness.
I think they did in select restaurants.
It's just the perfect. I'm gonna say it. Snack.
It's just a perfect snack.
It says, unfortunately, the whole thing was just one user's way of vying for more followers, and the videos were debunked by a McDonald's representative who confirmed that the wrap was not coming back to any menus in the U.S. or Canada.
Bullshit.
I thought it did come back.
Do people get bored with us talking about food all the
Yeah,
time?
yeah,
Andrea?
yeah.
Producer Andrea? Producer
Andrea, you're
Andrea.
being tapped in.
She's just gonna say yes.
She's going to say, yeah, people get
I
tired?
mean, no.
She's going to say no.
She might say yes.
I'm having a great time, but
What are you having,
What are you
for,
having
dinner?
for dinner?
well, so two things you need to know is that I don't eat meat and I'm from Jersey.
Well, we like that you're from Jersey. You got great taste in food. We're originally from Jersey, the family.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love
We're
that.
all beating each other today.
So I made vegan sausage and peppers today that I am waiting to eat, and I'm very excited.
Ooh,
I'm gonna slap it on a roll.
That sounds
okay.
bomb. Sausage and peppers. Yum.
That sounds healthy.
But they're vegan sausage. So how do you eat the sausage that tastes like, do you think it tastes good? Does it give you mad gas? Because even though everybody saw me farting on TV last week, I'm going to talk about gas again. Fake meat gives me so much stinky gas.
No, I don't think it does, but I guess I've never really thought about it, and now I'm going to be paying attention.
Yeah.
I'll report back next week.
You would know. Your body just doesn't get along with it.
Stinky
Ashley.
farts.
Well, do you live alone?
I don't.
Okay. Who do you live with?
Just my roommate. I have a roommate.
Okay. Well, see, if you lived alone, you wouldn't even realize when you were farting. You know what I mean?
Sometimes when they're hot, you realize.
Now I have to be conscious.
I live alone, and I actually don't fart that much anymore.
oh, I just didn't fart that much anymore.
I know you don't. You're not really a friend.
No, but I used to be, remember, before I lost weight and started eating clean.
Yeah, but you also had the tiniest little farts. Like they're like, boop, boop. Like you have the tightest arsehole ever.
They weren't like massive, like boat horns.
Gaping
Mine usually
hole.
don't make sound. But anyway, okay. Well, Andrea, thank you for joining the convo.
Ashley's are deadly.
Mine are
or silent,
deadly,
but
and
deadly.
I'm sorry, you guys. Did you see what I posted on Instagram last night?
No, what'd you post?
Gas X. You got a
Yeah,
Gas
I
X
found
box.
a Gas X box at the front door. It was branded on the outside, and I was like, "No way! You've got to be kidding me!"
How do these brands find
I
your
think
address?
they asked Paul for it.
It's a good. I don't get
And
it.
it is a good I don't get it because I don't know that he okays all these things.
'Cause
It's really
it's weird.
But anyway,
Did you guys have any New York? I don't get it. While you were there,
She obviously doesn't want to talk about Gas X anymore. And you know what's hilarious?
Yeah, I don't think people want to hear.
Okay,
about
fine.
it.
Can I just say one thing though?
Yeah.
it's funny how like some of the marketing stuff that they send, you know, how like I get boxes and boxes, and sometimes I'm like, oh, well, that's very sweet of them. Thank you very much. It's never going to see the light of day. But then like GasX sends me chews, and I talk about it on Instagram because it's funny, and I talk about it here because, well, I think it's funny because you guys are looking at me with straight faces though, so maybe it's not funny. So it's just like funny. It's just all it's a funny. Okay,
No,
funny.
it's hilarious.
funny.
I'm admiring your secure relationship privilege
Yeah.
that you have to openly talk about flatulence and
That's true.
it not have any consequence in your life.
Thanks.
I would hope that we're progressive enough to fart in front of anyone on like a third date.
We are, but do you think that if I went on my Instagram and was like, I'm taking GasX today,
Yeah, that's
I don't
such
know.
a married thing.
that a guy going on a date with me,
That's so true.
Wouldn't-
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I don't
post that
know.
if I like had guys following me that I had crushes on. That's so true.
exactly.
Okay, anyway, so what were you gonna say?
New York, I don't get it. I feel like I wasn't out and about enough to like even come up with any.
I don't get how it really is such an amazing city, but like to walk downstairs, I was talking to my friend about this who used to live there. It's like walk downstairs and have to take in the energy of a million people in one moment. It's so much. I don't get how people do it. I really don't. It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we did one fucking thing on Saturday or whatever, Sunday.
Takes forever to do anything there.
It's a schlep.
It took 12 hours to do one thing.
Everything is a schlep.
Everything.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest downer. Like we went to one vintage store up in the north. What is it? Upper East Side, the north pole.
We went to the North Pole.
The north
corner,
the northwest.
corner. Okay, no. So we went to a vintage store, and that took like I guess like 20 minutes to get up there. 30 minutes at the shop.
20 minutes to park. 20 minutes to walk.
Oh gosh, it was
20 minutes there.
Everything, and then we had to go to
45 minutes to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I gotta go to Brooklyn for something. And
An
it's
hour
like, are
back.
you kidding me? You guys, you can only do one or two tasks in a whole day.
The way Lauren was just saying that in the background. I'm gonna cry. It reminded me. I wish whoever's listening right now could have just watched her. She was like, Ashley was like regaling this long story, and Lauren just kept coming in. And it reminded me of Finding Nemo when they do the shark bait ooh ha ha scene, and they're like shark bait ooh ha ha,
yeah.
and then there's
that's
Jacques,
so
my
good.
favorite character, who's like the little shrimp, and he's going oh, and no one's noticing. Oh my god, that just reminded me of that. You're like to Brooklyn. Okay, anyways. Yeah, but one could argue that in LA it's the same.
It's really bad in LA too.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
it
to
is.
be fair. I'm trying to be fair. I don't know. I just wasn't built like it's almost like you're fighting against the weather the moment you're outside. You have to walk. You have to carry things. And then it's like, oh, I didn't bring an umbrella, you know? And then
See, the difference
it's
is
like not having cell service on the subway. And then the last thing I'll say is it was like such beautiful fall days, which are the best in New York, which I love. And I like New York. I think, but then there's parts of the city that like you don't even see the sun because the sky, you don't even get to enjoy the sun because the skyscrapers are covering it in all these different areas. And it's cold in those
And
areas.
then you get hot and cold.
So I think the difference between LA and New York as far as like the schlepping or whatever we want to call it and the fact that it takes forever to get things done, at least in LA you have like a car and you go and you go to it and you just like you're like at least enjoying the time in your car and you don't have to like carry everything and all that, because when you're in New York you're like, okay, how am I going to get there with all of this stuff? And then where am I going to put the stuff and stuff like that?
Yeah, and you can't pee anywhere.
Why can you pee in New York, in LA
Yeah.
more?
Because you could have a car that'll take you somewhere to pee.
Like a Wendy's?
I don't know. You're walking around. I'm saying you're taking the subway and you're walking around. I've definitely said this before, so I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to like harp on the LA New York thing because there's a lot of people like who aren't familiar and care about either of them
in between.
Yeah, but I think it is. What was the last? I wanted to say one more thing, but I forget now. Oh wow.
Well, Naz, you didn't tell us what you were having for dinner.
Oh, eggs.
Oh God, that's sad.
Oh,
it is very sad.
Here.
What do you mean you're having eggs for dinner? Like you're having 2 sunny side up eggs?
I'll tell you why.
Oh, I'm glorious dinner.
I'm having 2 scrambled eggs, and I found this cauliflower bread from Whole Foods I really like. It's like they're circles, and I toast them. But the reason why is because I landed from New York Tuesday night. Today is Thursday. Yesterday I had to work all day, and I leave tomorrow for a wedding. So it wasn't a week where, I was like, okay, I could either like order in, buy groceries, and then I have stuff going bad in the fridge. So it's like one of those days where I'm like, let me finish all this stuff.
For sure.
And then.
I guess.
Do you get it? That was a very
healthy
long-winded answer. I'm bored.
It sounds like it could have been a pickup.
We need these details of why you chose eggs. So.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I was like, I want to finish these eggs, and then I'll throw them out, and I'll get groceries when I'm back.
See, it sounds like a day that you could have picked up if you wanted to be like wasteful, but you are being good financially and saving, the food.
Totally. And I would typically order out, but inflation and life is so expensive. And I just got back from New York where I ate out all the time. So I was like, I should not be eating out today.
Oh yeah, that's so true. So true. That was the most expensive trip I've ever had to New York. Holy mother of God. We don't have to get into it, but holy fuckers.
It's insane.
It was insane.
Ubers are literally $60. I was going to see Ashley and Lauren in Midtown. I was in Brooklyn, and I want to call an Uber because I woke up late, and it was $60. And I was like, this is crazy. I'm taking the subway. And I don't even know how much the subway costs. I love that they changed. Now you could just take your credit card out and tap it.
Oh, that's...
You don't have to buy a Metro card. Yeah. It's so easy. It's the most
a clap.
Life-changing thing in the world. So I was like, I'm just taking this. So I don't know how much they charged me, but I know it wasn't $60.
I have a feeling it was like $4 or something.
Yeah, like 4 compared to 60.
You guys, that is an
nuts.
Intelligent change. That makes me feel like I could take the subway. Because I don't have to go to the thing.
You should. I was thinking about you, though, like with Dawson. I'm like,
no, I
God,
can't
moms getting down on a stroller, all these stairs. Like, how do they do it?
You guys, the stroller problems, stroller problems are a thing. They're so hard.
You need to get that stroller that is a stroller and a car seat.
He's
right?
getting too big for it because, like, we had a car that ABC got us in New York, and they had one of like the big kid car seats that like you can like fit into the age of like 3 or 4, but like you could fit in like any of those ages. And he looked like he was like, I'm a cool big kid. He like sat up straight and facing the window instead of like having it turned and like lying back. And he was chilling. He felt like an adult, like all 3 of us sitting up right next to each other.
Aw.
I love him.
He's so cute.
He's the best.
Anyway, nobody asked me what I'm having for dinner, but it's cool.
What are you having for dinner? I thought you would just offer that information.
She's just asking everyone so that she could share hers. She's like one of those. I hate people. This is my, I don't get it. People that ask questions, they don't give a fuck what your answer is.
You
they
know
just want
that
you
I
to
truly
ask the
cared
same thing
about
back.
your answer.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
But last week on the podcast with Lizzie, Ashley goes, Lizzie, what's your crush? Just kidding. I have mine ready to go. We laughed. So she did it again. Okay. What are you having for dinner?
I have these breaded Purdue chicken nuggets that I'm going to put into the air fryer. And then I'm going to put some breadcrumbs on some broccoli. And then I'm going to have some corn. And then I'm going to put, I'm going to put a squeeze of the Chick-fil-A sauce in there. And my chicken nuggets. And it's going to be so, so good. Yeah.
That sounds really good. I always feel like when I eat my leftovers, or if what is it? Oh yeah, I always feel like if I eat my leftovers, that I am eating less calories than I did the night I actually got it.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense.
Because I'm saving money. I'm like saving money, therefore I think I'm saving
but
calories.
You're also saving the fact that you're not wasting food. Do you know what I mean?
not wasting food. But I'm like, I'm being so responsible and healthy by eating this leftover. It's like, no, you're not. That fucking cheeseburger is still the same amount of calories. It's just worse.
Yeah, I do that with pizza all the time. I'm like, because leftover pizza is something that so rarely goes to waste. Because you're like, you can eat it cold; it's still good. You're like, it's bread and cheese.
Exactly.
I should have a couple bites before I toss this. And
you don't savor it. You're just trying to be responsible.
You don't savor it. You're trying to be responsible, and you're like, well, I don't have to spend another money on another meal. I have this pizza, and then I always think that too.
Yep.
I'm like, well, it's already in my body, but like, of course, you get the calories. Of course.
I know. I just think it's no calories.
Guys, I oh my god, I had something what I thought was like hilariously poignant, but now it's escaped my brain, and I'm so bummed out.
How will we survive?
Wait, how will we survive? Oh god, something about food, of course.
You're really narrowing it down there.
Leftovers. Yes, I got it.
Okay, all right.
Lauren, as you be quite amused. Yesterday for dinner, Jared and I had some quite fresh pasta that was exactly 1 week old. Quite fresh.
Oh, she had pasta that was 1 week old.
Yeah, so I even told Jared, I was like, hey, I'm going to be down to eat this. Would you be down? And he's like, yeah, I don't care. He's like, how old is it? I go, it's exactly a week. He's like, yeah, we'll be fine.
Actually, that's not that bad. Pasta like holds up, right?
Yeah, there was chicken in it though.
I'm not a leftover girl, and I feel like if there was a reality show of like eating expired food, you would win.
Guys, I'm here.
You have trained your body well.
You rather almost die eating expired food than just eating something new that isn't a risk.
I would just like put a countdown clock on and be like, all right, how long until I feel sick?
Okay, listen to me. It's been 24 hours. We're all good. And it was fucking delicious. It was Cassie's leftovers from last week. She had like 2 like ladylike bites. And she was like, I'm not going to finish this. And I have no reason to like keep it. And I go, okay, I'll bring it home. It was a gigantic plate of pasta that Jared and I were stuffed full. I know.
Lady.
Wow.
God, we should be more ladylike.
Okay.
Okay, well, on that note, my computer is going to die.
Lauren.
So thank you guys for listening to our food and beverage talk again.
Oh, no, we have one more thing to talk about, Lauren. We have to wrap with this. You got to plug it in because we still have like 5 more minutes left, and I need your thoughts.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. What is this?
Lauren, you got enough battery?
What is it? Tell me if it's worth my time.
The Hocus Pocus review.
First of all, did you not remember that the L in Lauren stands for lying? Her computer is not fucking dying. She's over it.
It is dying. I can take a picture of it right now, you cocksucker.
It probably is at 10%. She'll probably be fine for another 5 minutes. Hocus Pocus 2, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, Lauren, did you watch it?
I watched it. I was underwhelmed, but I thought it was cute.
I thought they did a good job.
I thought I was underwhelmed, and I thought it felt like a kid movie. But the scene in the Walgreens was amazing. No, the original doesn't feel as much.
The scene in Walgreens was superior. The mask when she eats the face mask, I died. She's like, "Oh, the kid!" That was the biggest laugh.
Oh my god, a baby face, face of a child, so good. Yes. Guys, if they had kept it at that high quality the entire time, it would have been bonkers good.
It was very fun. Yeah,
we needed more of like them in our new world.
1000%. I could have just had no plot, and it could have just been them exploring like the med spa next and like all these other funny things.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was great. There was no romance. It was about friendship, which was fine.
I like that.
I loved the ending when. I mean, I guess should I spoil it? I don't know.
The sisters? Oh, the sisters. I just know you sisterhood. The sisterhood.
Oh, yeah, like how it came down. And also, like, Winnie's a bitch.
But not at the very end.
Not at the very end, but, like, she should have been, like, called out for being so mean.
Well, yeah, she was called out, and it was really nice and had a tear in my eye.
Also, that is Bette Midler's greatest role. It is her greatest role.
She really looks no different than she did 30 years ago.
She kills that role. And this I love the songs.
2 complaints. I felt like I couldn't hear a lot of dialogue. Did you feel like that? It like wasn't crisp?
Well, I watched it at Brian's wedding with a group of 400 people, so I wasn't. It was never crisp for me.
That sounds like a bad viewing. But like,
no, it was fun.
No,
I
a
feel like I need
nice
to watch it
viewing,
again
but also
alone.
not one for like picking up all dialogue.
not like an intense one.
Yeah. And my other complaint was like the friends, the three of them, you didn't feel like this bond between the three of them.
You didn't feel like they were friends. Yeah, they didn't have great chemistry.
Yeah.
They didn't have great chemistry because think about how it was with what's his name and then Danny and then the other pretty girl. Like the three of them, like
Yeah.
you really felt like you were on an adventure with them for the night. Max and Danny. And what's her
Danny,
name? Wait,
and Yabos. Her boobs are Yabos.
Yeah. And then Billy
all I can
was like
remember.
a little like a Billy could have Billy could have been better.
I kind of wanted Billy to
Me
stay in the
too.
past. Like,
Yeah,
I
he
thought
wasn't the same.
that was my second favorite part of it.
He didn't feel like Billy to me. He felt like his brain was too much
I just wanted
there.
Billy to be mysterious. I wanted him to stay mysterious,
Okay.
and he wasn't.
I thought it was funny.
He talked too much, guys. Talked too much. Okay. Well, there we go. Me too.
That's all really.
Well,
Okay.
that's our Hocus Pocus review.
All right. Goodbye, guys.
Love
we love
it.
you so much.
Goodbye, everyone. Love
Goodbye. Next
you.
time is 300-300. Boo. Bye.
Bye.
Podcast.